Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Busy Beader. My name is Caitlin and today we are going to be making a gorgeous little pair of butterfly earrings. These earrings were inspired by a very close friend of mine. She loves butterflies, and when she saw these gorgeous little crystal charms, she was like, I absolutely need a pair of earrings with those on them. And I was like, girl, I got you. So this set here is inspired by and for her today. So I hope that you enjoy getting to make these with me, either to keep them for yourself or to give them to somebody that you love in your life. But before we jump in, please be sure to check out my sponsor, Fire Mountain Gems and Beads. They are the ones who have supplied me with all of the materials and tools that we're using in today's videos and in all of my videos. And a link to their website is in the description box below, so be sure to check them out and get your own gorgeous multicolored butterfly crystal charms. And as always, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. When you do that, you get to hang out with me every week and we get to make super awesome things together. Okay, let's jump in today. Step 1. As always, the first thing that we're going to do today is gather our supplies and materials. You're going to need some round nose pliers and some clippers. You're going to need a little bit of chain. I chose a little bit of scrap chain that I had lying around that would be good for this project. Then you're going to need some silver head pins and earring loops. And then, of course, our Crystal Passions butterflies. I chose 3 different colors today because I think that they're going to work really well. My friend's really going to like them. And I already made our example earring. So this is what we're going to be aiming for today. All right, once you've gathered all your supplies and materials, go ahead and meet me back here and let's get started. Step 2. All right, for this earring, we are going to be having the cascading effect with the chain. So it's a lot of really tiny detail work, but it's not very complicated. So the first thing that we're going to do is make our little butterfly drops. How we're going to do that is we're going to take our little head pin. We are going to thread our crystal butterfly through the head pin. And like we make all of our drops here on Busy Beader, you're going to go right above, but you're going to be extra careful with these butterflies because when you make your angle, you can, if you're too close, you can end up cracking your crystal, but you also don't want to be too far away either. So it's kind of a patience game, and I encourage you to go slowly and listen, because as you start to make that angle, if you are too close to the crystal, you will hear it before, and you can stop yourself and readjust. So once you've made your angle, you're going to take your clippers and you're going to clip off the excess. And then you are going to take your round nose pliers and we're going to go to the end of our wire here. And we are going to spin our pliers back in the opposite direction to make our loop. And there is a little bit of an opening in my loop, but we are going to fix that when we place it on the chain. So don't worry too much about that, but you're going to repeat that process of adding your head pin to your butterfly and making a loop 2 more times for these guys. Step 3. All right, now that we have our butterfly drops made, it's time to cut our chain. So this is entirely on your personal preference. I made this because I wanted all of the butterflies to not overlap with each other, but for them to be pretty close to one another. So this is entirely your preference. If you want a lot of space and a big dangle, definitely do that. But you're just kind of going to choose. This is roughly an inch and then roughly half an inch, and then this one up here is actually only 3 links long. So you're going to take your chain and you are going to cut it to where you want those. So the first one here is going to be 3 links, and then the second one is going to be roughly half an inch, and then this last length is just a little less than an inch here. And you can take the extra chain and use it on a future project. Step 4. And now it is time to attach. So you are going to take your butterfly and you're just going to open up that loop that we made just a little bit more. And since this chain is so little, it's going to be hard to pick it up with my fingers and mess with it. So I'm just going to use my pliers here to help me get it on the loop. Very good. And now I am going to close and secure my loop on my butterfly. And how you do that is the same way we do it with jump rings, where you rock it back and forth until you get a secure connection. And that should be good there. There's that little guy. This next one will be just a little bit easier because the chain's a little bit longer, but you're gonna do the same. Just gonna open up that loop we made and slide your chain on, and then close that loop. The chain that we're using today is pretty small, so it does have the tendency to wiggle out. So you just wanna make sure your connections are nice and tight. There's the blue guy, and now last but not least, our little purple butterfly. We're just gonna open up that loop and slide our chain on, and then close our loop here. It can be a little hard when the head pins are spinning around, so just take your time with it. Be careful not to crunch your crystal and be patient. All right, now we are going to move on to our last step, which is attaching it to our earring loop. Step 5. So now you're going to take your earring loop and you're going to open it up. And the way that I did this first earring is with the shortest one in front, because I don't want to see the chain. I want to make sure to see the butterfly. So you're going to start with your shortest butterfly and you're going to put that one on first. And then your middle length butterfly. And lastly, your longest butterfly. And then once all of those are on there, you can go ahead and close, and just like with our other connections, make sure that that's nice and secure there. And once you have that done, you are all finished with one earring, and you're gonna repeat that whole process for your second earring, and then you're all done, a gorgeous pair of butterfly earrings. And just like that, you have a gorgeous pair of little butterfly earrings. I love the way that these turned out with the 3 colors and that cascading effect. I know that my friend is really going to love them, so that's really all that matters to me. Plus, I got to show you all this cool new technique and these super pretty butterfly crystals. I hope that you enjoyed getting to make these with me today. If you did, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. That way you can hang out with me all the time. And don't forget to check out my sponsor. They have a lot of really cool stuff, and you never know what's going to spark creativity as you're scrolling through and finding cool things to create with. I hope you're having a lovely spring so far, and I will see you in the next one.